so good to see you. And actually, it was amazing seeing you portraying Mary in The Chosen, the new current season. And now you're going to be in this new movie coming out March
Yes,
11th, I believe.
yes, 11, 12, and 14 in theaters nationwide. And
Awesome.
I think it's in like 900 plus, but I know a couple of hundred theaters were added in the last few weeks just because people were calling in and requesting it.
Can you tell us a little bit about what this movie is about?
Yes. So 47 Days with Jesus is a beautiful family film. It's about a young family that's going through a pretty tough time. And the husband, who's played by Yoshi Barrigas from The Chosen, our old Philip, is struggling at work. He's got a lot on his shoulders and he's trying to deliver for his boss and on behalf of his family to provide and help. And that's what he sees his role as. And unfortunately, it's also becoming so all consuming that the kids are really struggling. They're not being able to spend time with their father. The wife is experiencing neglect. And so there's just a lot of really common, relatable things. I think our jobs can become our lives. And this movie really shows you a window inside of what that lifestyle is like on a day to day basis. And what's beautiful is that on this, just add another thing to your to-do list, right? When you're that busy and then you're stressed out at home and then your father-in-law wants you to come for Easter holiday celebrations. So it's just something we've all been through. And I think in the strife of all of that, what's beautiful is that the gospel story really hits home and reaches people's hearts and it's just really done in such a unique, beautiful way. There's a whole musical sequence for the Jesus story. We're calling it the inner story, and then we have the outer story, which is the modern day family sharing the gospel all the way down to the grandchildren.
My favorite moments throughout the film were definitely the moments between you and Yoshi.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask what drew you to this character when you found the script, when it was either your agent or you or however it happened, whenever it got into your lap and you saw it, like what instantly drew you to this character?
I would say I really, first of all, it was my agent. They found it for me and I was traveling at the time. So I had a million things going on and I was like, okay, well, we got to just get this done because I don't know when I'm going to have Wi-Fi tomorrow and all these other things. So we just got it done, got it submitted, and then I forgot about it. And then I remembered when I was reading her breakdown and the scene work, it was a little frustrating because I think at that first moment I didn't have the whole script. But and based on just the scenes they selected, I was like, well, you can see where Joseph's coming from. You can see where the husband is like, well, I'm just working and making money for the family. Like I'm trying to do the right thing here. What are you talking about? And so it was a journey for me to actually get on board with, hey, why is she so passionate about this? And what is she going through? What is her side of it? And when I read the full script, I really was impressed by just the nature of their relationship and how they fight for communication and they fight to keep the peace. And when the peace cannot be kept, they fight to solve the problem. And so many scripts we see in Hollywood are really just about the shattering of a family. And I understand that that's real and people go through it and it's out there and we've all experienced pain in our home lives. But I think what's beautiful about this film is that that's not the first response. They feel a greater responsibility to heal and to resolve than to separate and allow these problems to continue to perpetuate.
You have Yoshi's character's perspective of working and I'm trying my best, and then you have the wife saying, "But I need you here in this moment." Like
Mm-hmm.
I get this, but this is important. This is family. And with that, I believe there was a theme with Yoshi specifically, and that's priorities. And during those moments between both your characters, was there any like perspective in your own life that you gained while working through these scenes with Yoshi?
What struck me the most was that we every day are just making thousands of decisions. That's how your day runs itself, right? And
Mm,
you don't even realize sometimes when you're doing the quote unquote right thing, how you may negatively be affecting someone else.
mm.
And it really sort of makes you do a deep dive into what are my motivations? Are they completely noble? Is there room for improvement? Are there things I'm thinking and doing that I'm perjuring myself into believing that this is right when maybe it's actually hurting someone that I love deeply and want to be a good influence on. So I feel like for me, that's the kind of most relatable aspect is everyone in this film and in this storyline has a proper place that they're coming from and a real situation that they're dealing with and trying to fight through. And and all of their concerns are valid is really what I'm trying to say. So knowing that, how can we all understand everyone's concerns are valid, and how do we make a better life for ourselves and each other, and take care of each other along the way.
We've been talking about him, Yoshi. What was it like reuniting with him? Someone from the Chosen.
It was a unifying because I had never actually worked with Yoshi before.
That's
All of my
awesome.
scenes, yeah, were outside of Yoshi's purview. So
Hmm.
I was so excited to be on set with a fellow Chosen actor. And when he found out, he was like, "Wait, you're in the Chosen too?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're. Wait, what?" So, but I knew that he had been on the show because obviously, he had been there much longer than I had, and it was just a fun way to bond with each other. I think the Chosen's awesome, and we all get so much quality time together on set. But I think because we're doing these heavy emotional scenes, or we're really trying to deliver these amazing things, this was a much like easier in a sense, because you don't have to put on an accent and a culture and a wardrobe, right? It's like everything's very modern, so we didn't have sort of those barriers to entry for this film, and I think that made it a little more just like easy to access the fun side of things. But we love working on the Chosen. I feel like everybody has great memories and great joy on that set. But for me, I think it was nice to get this like quality time with Yoshi outside of what we were working on the Chosen.
47 Days with Jesus. What, at the end of the day, do you want your viewers and fans and people that just love stories like this to take away from it?
I think just the essence of forgiveness is going to prevail throughout this film. And
Mm.
I think if people just come in with open hearts and ready to just have a fun time, I think so much of what we're going to show everyone in this film is how relatable life is. And your problems are not unique, right? Everyone has similar issues, and we can all get through those together. And I think the approach of forgiveness is really the key, because we have all been forgiven. And so it's our responsibility now to share that joy and peace and love with other people. So that's the number one thing. And I think the second thing would just be, it's just a fun film. Like, the cinematography is beautiful to watch. Every department really just did such a hard job of and accomplished it. Our wardrobe teams, we had multiple wardrobe teams for the outer story and the inner story, and the music, the writing, the cinematography, everything is just really beautiful and fun. So I hope that people just have a great time. And we just got Dove approved for all ages. So anyone can go, the whole family, bring them all.
Thank you so much for sharing about 47 Days with Jesus. I actually wanted to dive in a little bit deeper into who you are,
Sure.
more specifically in the world of acting. Like, what got you into this world? What got you into acting?
My toddler version of Catherine, I guess, was very passionate about it from a very young age before I even knew what it was. And my mom has a story where she shares that I pointed at the television one day when there was a scene of a bunch of, I don't know if it was lawyers or just executives at a boardroom meeting on the television. And I said, "I'm going to be in there one day." And she said, "Oh, you mean you want to be a lawyer, or, be an executive or what?" And I was like, "No, in the TV." And so
Hmm.
she told me that story, and we just lived regular lives, we did regular things and had regular jobs, and so that was always kind of like a fun idea, but never going to be acted upon. And then I was fortunate that I was always involved in the arts, so I started music at a very young age. I think my first instrument, I was 5 years old. And I've played so many since then. I love, love, love music. And uh, I think along the journey of music, I discovered the Sound of Music film. And while I was watching it one day, I just started imitating the singers. And then I really liked singing, and I learned some standard songs, and I auditioned for local theater productions and drama club and all those things. And again, it was always just a hobby. It was just, hey, the arts are cool, they're good for you, do them on the side, and then do something else with your life. And I think the on the side part is the part that I missed. So I ended up pursuing a regular normal life for quite a while, and then I got to the point where it was not fulfilling me. And so I
Hmm.
realized this was the thing that did fulfill me. And that's when I got into my first professional. I was actually doing professional theater productions regionally as a kid, but as an adult professionally, I began off Broadway in New York in the business. And that was just through a wonderful college program that my school put together, called PTP NYC at the Atlantic Stage 2. And they just do a summer repertory every summer. And it's great training for the business. So I had a blast.
Are there
Ooh.
any projects that you're involved in? And it seems like you are. So is there
Hmm.
any amount of details that you can give about that?
Yes, I mean, I am playing a musician in this next one, and I grew up playing the viola, so I'm very excited. I'm going to actually pick up the cello today from the director, and I'm excited to
Nice.
start practicing on it because the cello has the same strings as the viola, but it's just an octave lower. And the cello's like always been my dream instrument, and I never played it. Like I've played the viola, the violin, the stand-up bass, and many other like that's just in the orchestra that I've played those instruments, and then in band I played clarinet and I've now play guitar and piano, but like I've just loved instruments my whole life. And it's just so funny to like think about the fact that I've played so many of these instruments in the orchestra just because our orchestra had different needs at different times. And our band, same thing. Like I've played mandolin for my band before. And I just, I like never touched the cello. So this is just really, really exciting for me that I get to play the cello. Yeah, we had a film that just went out to Idlewild Film Festival. That's called Proof Sheet. Our award ceremony is also on Sunday, same day as the Oscars. So it'd be fun. We're up. I'm up right now for one of the Best Actor awards, along with my
Hey,
colleague Eileen Gruba. Yes, so very talented people on this film, and I hope wonderful things for everyone. I think we've been nominated for about 11 awards at the Idlewild Cinema Fest. So very cool. Thank you guys so much. And I think the other stuff that you could check out, I have this beautiful film. It's called Along Came a Callback. It's a short, and it's on Omeletto. It's being distributed by them on their YouTube channel. And it's another story actually about forgiveness. It follows two young artists in the business going through their own rough patch, and it's I would just say hilarity ensues when people try to seek their own vengeance. So I'll leave it at that, and you guys can enjoy it yourselves. But it's a beautifully done film that also has won many awards. We went through the film festival circuit, and we're treated very nicely, so we're excited about that one. And there was one other I was going to share with you, but I did just shoot another one that's very very pertinent topic. It's about women and fertility, and so I hope to share that as it gets fully produced. But it'll be a feature length film, and I'm excited about that. So yeah, lots of things in the works, it would appear.
well,
Not to
congratulations to that. That sounds exciting.
Yes, thank you. And then we're all very anxiously awaiting our season 5 dates for The Chosen. So
Yes,
and that brings you to
you
your
already said
next
it.
question.
Yep, you already said it. So season
There you
five,
go.
come
Hmm.
on. Because I know like narratively, like in scripture wise, like it
Yeah.
seems like the biggest chunk of the Lazarus, Mary, and Martha story with Jesus is like completed, but with
Mm.
creative liberties and the great character development that Dallas has been creating for all your characters,
Hmm.
it would just, I don't know. Hey, Dallas, if you, I know that you watch some of my videos. If you hear this, maybe put them in, just to bring more tears to my eyes for the
We love
obvious
it.
stuff
Yep.
that's going to happen in season five. Thank you so much, Catherine. It's truly an honor. And I'm looking forward to our next conversation for your other future projects. And I just wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good one.